Boris Johnson's Conservative Party have received a surge in cash from Russian donors.
Here's a summary of the article.
A new investigation reveals that Boris Johnson's Conservative Party has received a surge in cash from Russian donors over the past year, as his government blocks publication of a report into Russian influence over recent elections. Getty major donors to the Conservative Party in recent months included Lyubov Chernukin, whose husband Vladimir served as a finance minister under Russian President Vladimir Putin in the early noughties, Open Democracy found. Timerko once said he and his friend Boris Johnson would plot and drink wine together at Johnson's parliamentary office, when the current Prime Minister was the UK's Foreign Secretary, Reuters reported. A Conservative Party spokesperson said, "The Conservative Party does not accept foreign donations, as they are illegal." The new figures emerged as Prime Minister Johnson comes under increasing scrutiny for his government's refusal to publish a report into possible Russian interference in the UK's 2016 Brexit referendum. The UK Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee sent Johnson its report weeks ago, but the Prime Minister is yet to sign it off and make it public, according to committee chair, Member of Parliament Dominic Grieve. The Foreign Office Minister Christopher Pincher told MPs on Tuesday that it would be some time before it was published, adding that, when the Prime Minister has concluded that the report is publishable, he will publish it.
This post received a score of 67,157, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Guys, I'm starting to suspect that Putin might be trying to disrupt the EU.
Maybe, just maybe, even the US. But it will never work, right?
It's only worked multiple times recently, but surely not again. That'll teach Russia, you can't trick the West 26 times in a row.
Not the entire West, just the Conservatives. I'm pretty sure the Conservatives aren't being tricked. Pretty sure they're just on board with staying in power with Russian help.
I mean, I've seen conservatives in the US unironically wearing "Better Russian than Democrat" t-shirts, so it's not really a mystery.
Grin, I suppose the red states are really going red then. The Soviet Union. We thought you guys had broke up. Closing square bracket opening parenthesis.
It's legal to accept foreign cash for political parties? How is that not foreign interference?
We'll find out once they release the report, maybe, but they won't do that now Parliament has been dissolved. They're not even making an attempt to hide the corruption. That's the most insulting part of this whole mess. Greater than they're not even making an attempt to hide the corruption, that's the most insulting part of this whole mess. They are doing it on this side as well. Good news though, votes last night here in the US shows a turn in the tide.
Please. That kind of talk is a surefire way for Democrats to get complacent. Edit, important victory? Yes, turning the tide? Hell no.
Exactly. Nothing is sure until next election day. Every vote matters.
I think Trump might be the best thing for avoiding voter complacency. He never stops creating panic reminders to get out and vote next election.
The most frustrating part is you still don't. The much-touted historic turnout for the 2018 election? 49%.
Meanwhile in Australia, latest federal election turnout, 91%. Which was the worst on record. Voting is mandatory for everyone over 18 here.
And we still managed to get a bunch of right-wing shitheads.
At that point it becomes hard to pretend that the votes don't perfectly represent you as a nation. Sucks for those who see through the bullshit, I guess.
I suspect the overt donations from obvious Russians are the tip of the iceberg. I suspect that many UK hedge fund donors are just fronts for Russian money. Hedge fund anonymity and lack of regulation is perfect for Russian money laundering and graft.
Word. This is likely true for a number of nations including the US. This is a war against democracy.
As soon as voters start proving that whoever spends the most money on a campaign doesn't win most of the time, almost a 90% success rate for House of Representative seats in the last 2 decades, then maybe democracy might have a fighting chance.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.